All right, everyone, continuing when we are controlling the close guard, my partner is not making it easy for me to bring the posture down, and that I wanted to take advantage from that, not being able to bring him down to attack and use the scenario to work different submissions, and this time is going to be a triangle setup. So look into the perspective here when a person is there, solid grip, I'm struggling to bring the person down. It can be quite time consuming, it can be hard, maybe a little tired. You know, there's a lot of reasons why sometimes you don't want to waste a lot of energy to push the person down. You find the grips of your partner is really strong, he's doing a great job. One of the things you can do is just try to cross your hands over the top from the person's arm, first arm on the top here. So as you're there, good position, I can just open, reach over the top, and I've got a solid grip. I can work it out things like here, try to thread this arm a little bit. But when I feel like my partner is going against my pull, they usually lean slightly. It doesn't need to be over exaggerated, but you notice in your hand when the person is going against your pull. Your pull, they lean against it. It's a little tension in your fingers you can feel. In this case, I'm trying to use a very basic concept of Jiu Jitsu. I pull, they pull against, and I go with them. So as I pull, hitters resist, and I go against. But now, as I'm coming up here, if I'm not careful, I might not feel really good here. Maybe I am on my elbows. Maybe I feel like I cannot get too tall because my hips is causing a little, it's like I find it a little hard to move forward. So as I'm doing this pull, I feel the tension when it goes. Look at the difference when I go slightly hip to the side. It doesn't need to be full on the floor. Literally move your hips to the side while my arm can go outways. So tension, he moves, look, one, begin on the elbow and move to my hand while I'm forcing the fist forward, causing him to feel like he's gonna fall on his bum or on his back. Watch is gonna trigger here at this moment. As I'm coming in, look, it's coming forward. And then I'm gonna go up, throw my legs over the top for the triangle setup. Right now, I made a work that I'm here over the shoulder, lock the guard, and I'm ready to finish the triangle. But before I help you close the triangle properly, I wanna focus a little bit more on the setup. So as I have this grip with the stiff arm control, I reach, look, slightly turn on my hip, slightly turn on my hip. And this is not even using my foot on the floor. Take a look at this turn, guys. Slightly turn on the hip. Arm, and explode, pushing, 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 pushing. Leg goes high first, because I guarantee, and that works as a pivot. If my leg is here and I try to go there, he can defend it as I'm going over. He can scoop the hand back in. So as I'm forcing that, this leg here works as a pivot. So my leg goes around, there was no space for him to bring this hand inside. Now leg is over, close the guard, and now I can focus a little bit more on the finishing of the triangle. At this very moment, that is going on here. His head is free, his arm is free, and I only have the lock over the shoulder. The first thing I focus when I'm in this position is pulling the head down. So I go 1, 2, pull the head down. It is gonna be a moment where he's gonna try to respond to this. So head down, sometimes I go for the grip, making sure that everything is working well. Second stage, I don't want his arm to cause a problem to my hip because he wants to open up the airways. He wants to eventually look his head that way, so point the head across, and he wants to expand to give breather on his neck so he has space to bring the arms back, maybe to push my neck, throw the legs over. There's a few different things that's going on here that he wants to do. So the only thing I want to keep in mind is fight for the arm, for the head, tight, and don't let him expand his elbow. right now, he wants to sink his elbow to the floor and start using this expansion to create some level of space. Maybe you keep his hand, push my neck, maybe throw the legs and stuff. So if I know he wants to put the pressure there, I want to keep the head. And now what I want to do is a little bit of a hip up so I can come underneath the elbow. Now this is very important, guys. I'm trying to use the structure of my arms to help with the elbow control. As he wants to put the elbow down and lean to a place where I don't like, I use my hip up and the head control the same way as we did the arms and the other locks in the past. Keep the control, stay engaged with the grip. My hand goes underneath the elbow as I drop my hips. When I drop my hips, what I am doing essentially is weaken the angle of his arm. Elbows be lifted, expansion of the armpits there, gives me the chance to work it out a better way to finish the triangle. At this moment, I'm still thinking about where the shoulder goes. Because if I lock the triangle lower and the shoulder is still like chunky on the top here, he can use this angle to expand again. As you can see, his shoulder is coming back again. Can you do this again, right? So look, expand, he can beat me again. The only thing I did wrong is I closed too shallow, too deep into the shoulder. So when I did, at that time, I control the elbow and I have my shin control. I hip escape when I close. When I close, I make sure my thigh is actually closing over the shoulder. I can even hold here, hold the side, and go over. So I have a much tighter triangle. And then I control the head, the triangle is working well. Essentially, what you want to do with the triangle is to take away any possible gaps. So I am like sealed tight with my legs around his neck. Understanding as well the triangle, you will be choking this element, this side of the throat, with this leg, and the other side is away from this leg. So I need to use pressure from my leg into the shoulder, that the shoulder press into the neck. So to accomplish that, I need to know how to collapse his elbow so I can push his shoulder in. If his elbow is strong, pushing down, he can protect the shoulder and I cannot make that pressure, even if he's here. But look at the difference when I get head, hip up, underneath, weakens the leg, shin, adjust carefully, and now when I lock the triangle, I can still make a final adjustment by closing a little bit closer. So notice that from here, I was there, but I come out, I press down, and I close it again. So if I had a little long leg, and I'm trying to close this triangle, you may be thinking, maybe my legs is too long, I struggle with this, making it tight. Just remember that your leg is long, but you don't need to close the back of your knee on your ankle. You can actually close the back of your knee on the middle of your shin if you're that long. Look, see that? It's about the tightness. It's not about the shape only that you learn this. You learn that as a maybe warm up, you go here, go that, but really it's about being tight. So if you're here, you're much tighter than you'd be here, 100%. Now, if the situation is reversed, if the person's really short-legged, how does it look like, right? So if you understand that the short leg has the same problem, you'll still find the same idea. Work it out, feel as slack as possible, but when you finish it, try to always squeeze it tight. Maybe I can't close this fully, but I focus on bringing my knee in and the head down. Maybe I can hug and I get the same result. I can't do more. Okay, enough. Just squeeze and knees together and squeeze. Pulling the head and everything else. So this is a very important key element on the closure of the triangle. But to make the most out of this whole setup, of course, if you're going to explore triangles, your finish needs to be great. But how to get to the situation, this is what we did in the beginning. So it's going from a can't break the posture to a triangle setup. So I go, man, I struggle to break, go around, turn my side as I go, look, whoa, leg over, I'm over. Lock it up. He's going to try to defend himself. Expand, Nice and off. Hold it tight, keep the head under control. Adjust so you lock it up. You go to triangle. So you will see that the sensation of the triangle by this tighter version, it makes like your eyes is gonna really pop out. And it's a tough triangle, but it's funny because the legs can be the same sizes, but if you get this closeness adjustment, you use a lot less energy to accomplish much more pressure. So that's what we're looking for in Jiu-Jitsu, right? It's about maximize, be more efficient. There's a lot of different triangles out there, but we need to find triangles that are more efficient. So imagine if you can use 20% of your muscles and achieve 70% of pressure. That's like, this is as good as you can get. That means you can do more rounds, more submissions per round, and you can handle more your body. You can use your energy in other situations that's more emergency. That's a completely change your game when you know how to be more efficient on your positions. All right, guys, have fun. Try it out.